And now we've arrived at the final operation, which is the most exciting part, and that is finishing the presentation side of the drum, or the outside. And it's actually perfect timing too, because we just got in this MCD tool from Horn, which I'm hoping is going to give this drum a mirror-like finish. So you'll see a lot of similar tool paths from the previous videos. We're going to come in and semi-finish the outside of this drum so we have a nice consistent surface all the way around in order to come in with our MCD tool. And the last tool that's going to come in is that MCD tool. It's only going to be taking off about 1/1000th of material, and it's a very fine step over. We're talking like 2/1000ths here. Now this operation is going to take a really long time, so we're going to kind of speed through this.
The ball end mill that we're using to finish this part is a specialty tool made by PH Horn. It's a monocrystalline diamond insert that's brazed onto the carbide shank of the tool. So the great thing about this MCD tool is you can run it at really high surface footage. So we're gonna spin it at 18,000 RPMs, and we can feed it at 100 inches a minute and still get that great finish. So our original part has a mirror finish on the inside. So I'm gonna take a 2/1000 step over with the diamond tool to match that surface finish. If I didn't need quite that good of a finish, I could use a 5/1000 or a 10/1000 step over to cut down on the cycle time and still get a better finish than with a ball end mill.
That is purely straight out of the machine. That's nuts.
Here's the problem. They're so freaking perfect.
Today I'm going to show you how to get a mirror finish like this without ever turning your spindle on. Now let's start talking about this process as this starts running through here. Now the first thing that we're going to talk about is the tool that I'm using. You probably already guessed it, this is an MCD, monocrystalline diamond. This one is a circle segment lens cutter. This is a 10mm diameter tool, or 394/1000ths, with a 100mm radius along the bottom and the side. So that's like using a 200mm diameter ball nose, all while the tool is only 10mm diameter. We can drastically increase our step over because it's like we're using a giant ball nose tool. But we're going to have to help it out with the process, right? So you might not be able to notice this, but I am rotating over on a 2-degree angle. So that is to get the contact point closer to the edge of this tool. This tool doesn't go all the way across the bottom, right? A diamond tool is extremely expensive to make. So they've only given me about 4mm along the bottom and along the side. So I'm tilting up at 2 degrees to get that contact point closer to that edge. So another thing that I'm doing is I'm timing the spindle to control how the chip is formed. So what I've done is I've indicated that insert flat, and then I rotated it back. So what I want to do is rotate that spindle to where the insert has a little bit of negative rake on it. That way when it forms the chip, it's forming on the side that I haven't cut yet. So that's going to keep the chip from scratching the surface that I've already cut. Now another thing that you'll notice as this runs across here, that the program starts to get a little inefficient, right? That's because I hand wrote this with a macro. And now I did that because I didn't want the spindle to lift up and come back down every pass as it moves across the part. Every machine is going to have a positional and repeatability accuracy. Okay, there's going to be some type of error there and even backlash. And it might not be much, but I don't want that to reflect in my part, so I want to remove that element. Honestly, I could have just posted it out in SolidCam, just a normal surface milling toolpath, and then delete the spindle command. And then just add in the positional rotation that I want, and then just use that toolpath. I actually got some of these ideas from another channel called Breaking Taps. He did an amazing video on nearly this exact circumstance. Only his video, he was truly trying to go after an optics quality mirror finish, where we're not doing that, but we do want the best thing we can do. So I've taken some of the ideas that he had in that video and I've applied them here.
If you're interested in learning more about amazing tooling and cutting-edge machines, you can contact Keith at titansofcnc.com. He can answer all of your questions. And if you're looking to learn CAD, CAM, or CNC, while you're on our website, visit our academy. We have over 700,000 students currently enrolled, and it's 100% free.
Hey, if you haven't already, make sure you check out our app, MFG Connect. It's on Apple and Android. It's pretty sweet. You can upload your projects, show off cool toolpaths, and connect with other machinists like me and Barry. You can show off your work, upload your projects. I hope to see you there.